Welcome back to Couture Construction. I'm your host, Andrew Denny, and you're listening to Season 12, The Long Game. This season, we're asking what matters and what endures. Not just what gets built, not just what photographs well, but what actually lasts. The decisions that hold up, the relationships that deepen, the work that carries forward long after the project is complete. Today's episode is the final chapter in a story we've been following closely. We've talked about the land, we've talked about the process, and now we're here at the end, or really the beginning. Today, we're sitting down again with the Fauver family for the reveal of their home, a project that has moved from idea to plan to construction, and now something much harder to define, a lived space, a reflection of how they want to live, gather, and grow over time. The conversation is about what it feels like when a project becomes a home, what surprised them, what they would do differently, and what it means to finally step into something that for a long time only existed on paper. Because the reveal isn't just about the finishes or the details, it's about whether the house actually works, whether it holds up, whether it holds life it was designed for, and whether the vision is translated into reality. Dylan and Emily, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Really great to see you guys again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So when was move-in day?
September 18th.
It was the day after
my birthday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys have been in, gosh, now it seems like 9 months. So
been a while.
You went
Yeah.
through a Christmas, you went through an ice storm. All of that seems like a blur, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
And we lucked out during the ice storm. We only lost power for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Underground utilities, new construction.
It's good.
heck of a nice advantage there.
Yeah.
So first off, before we even get into that, how's the family? How's the transition been to Nashville? I know you guys have kind of been here for a couple of years, but kind of off and on and traveling. But what's it like to be full-time residents here? How's that working out for the family?
I still need to get my Tennessee license, so I guess
we
I'm not
haven't done that.
quite a resident yet.
Okay.
But no, we're absolutely loving it. My parents moved out here, and my brother and his family moved out here. So, and now actually her nephew.
My nephew and niece just moved out here like last week. So
that's awesome.
Bringing the whole fam out. So yeah, we've really enjoyed it. Every reason that we moved here for, we're really experiencing that. And the people are just great here. There's so much to do, and now that having family close by, it just made it all feel perfect.
Yeah, having family close is a wonderful gift, but it's an easy, and I use the term sell, but it really is an easy sell to get people here. We were driving home from a school function the other night, and, of course, we're in this beautiful spring season, and we came over a hilltop down close to where we all live, and the sun was setting, and it was like, this could really be one of the prettiest places on the planet. I mean, it is just so idyllic and nice. And like you said, the people are nice and it has everything you'd want. So I'm glad you guys are adjusting and enjoying it.
Yeah, we really are.
Okay. So cool thing. You guys are in the home. Let's start at the moment you walked through the house fully finished for the first time. Just kind of paint a picture for what that was like. I know Lori did kind of a reveal. And it was just a big deal, but just take us back in time to what that was like.
I mean, it felt like a dream. And I felt like for a few weeks we were living in someone else's house because it just didn't feel like it was ours because it was just too perfect. But I know for me, when we first walked in, I started crying because I'm like, there's no way this is mine. After all these years and all the hard work, I'm like, there's no way. And every square inch was almost like a surprise to us. So that was really fun to see how everything came to life and just like imagining our kids and our animals and all of that in there was just couldn't have been more perfect.
Yeah, it really was. What was really cool about it is everywhere we've lived prior, we've never really decorated completely because we've never known when the next move is going to be with the military. And so with this, when we moved here, Emily said, for sure, she's like, I'm getting a designer. I don't care what you say. Like, we have to do it. We're moving in. We're getting all the stuff at once. That way when we move in, it's done. And walking into a home that was actually complete, that actually had like decor, everything's set up, whether it's like the coasters or the books or the plants and anything like that. Everything hung on the walls, wallpaper, which we've never had before. so I think that's kind of why it didn't feel like our home, because our home has always just been very
A white box.
bare,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so moving into this like fully finished, beautiful, complete home, it was unbelievable. Every room we went into was just like, wow. Like I feel like we were speechless because everything just looked amazing, because we didn't know everything that was going into it. Like
Yeah.
Lori shared with us some inspiration and everything, but we kind of gave her the reins to just go buy whatever she thought would work within budget, and she absolutely crushed it.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty impressive. So, despite that, obviously, you guys walked through a process. Okay, so you saw it two-dimensional. You probably even saw some renderings. You picked out elements of the home in conjunction with the designer. What was a detail that just kind of blew your mind that you weren't expecting? Or I'll even phrase it like, seeing all of those things together, what did it really just kind of blow your mind? I mean, that's probably the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, I think when you're picking stuff out, you were like, I hope this all goes together, like the lighting and the floors and all of that. And so
The best part.
Yeah, the best part, which I am very happy with the floors, because
so good.
I remember thinking like, how am I supposed to know what this is going to match? But they're stunning. But yeah, I think just like seeing all of the Pinterest boards and stuff come to life was just really cool, because like I said, you throw all these random things together and you just hope for the best.
I think the biggest surprise, and it was kind of the goal that we had, is it's a large home, but we wanted it to feel cozy, and somehow making large spaces feel like small and intimate. I didn't know what to expect with that, and it's been perfect.
That's the thing everyone says when they walk in our house. You're like, it's still so cozy. Like, how did you guys do this with such a big home? And that's what I said to Lori the whole time. I'm like, I just want people to feel comfortable and like they don't want to leave.
Yeah, I think that, and then lighting too, which Lori told us from the beginning. She's like, I have a large lighting budget. You'd be surprised, but lighting can like make or break a home. And so the different fixtures that she chose, I feel like just tie everything in so well.
Yeah.
And it's like the simplest stuff. Like they made sure that all the lights are the same like tone, So normally in our houses you've got bright white
light bulbs,
LEDs and yellow lights and warm lights, and everything is just like very cohesive. It just all flows so well together.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's an interesting thing, because I was in a project that is really it was a remarkable home when it was being built, and it still is. But I recently visited a project that I know I was part of back in 2008. Okay, and we're in 2026 now. Really impressive home. It was a celebrity home at the time. I mean, really top notch home. And I walked in it, and I was stunned at like how terrible it was. Like, I mean, it was like red floors and mismatched millwork and like just no cohesion, no anything. And, I was like, my first thought was, geez, is this how we're going to feel in 15 or 20 years when we walk into our current homes? And then I thought about it for a few minutes, and I was like, actually the huge difference is that in that time period in Nashville, about 10 to 20% of my projects were driven by interior design, okay, and had interior designers on it. And I thought back to this project in particular, and it was a builder, and only the builder, and the builder's wife helped with some selections, and that's okay. But they then just kind of deferred to vendors to provide product that fit into a builder budget, even though this was probably, a $6 or $8 million build at the time. It'd be like a $15 or $18 million build today. And I was like, that's the difference. And it's amazing with what you just shared about you wanted a cozy space, and like, how do you do that? The power of interior designers and good interior designers of what they can create, it really does kind of blow your mind when you go from, even when you're part of the process, to see the finished result. I mean, it's amazing. Like it's almost hard to comprehend, because you could give me basically a lifetime and I'm not sure that I could pull off bringing all of those different elements together to create just what feels so almost natural. Like it was just meant to be there. Like it just happened.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's what you guys experienced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what was it like, you know, to be done with the building process? Like, how did that feel? Because you guys had a great build team with Legend, obviously the design, but it's no matter how good the team is, it's a lot of work to just be part of that process. Like it's people sometimes underestimate what it takes to build. How has that felt a little bit different? And maybe even more quantify it. Like when did that process end in relation to moving into the house?
Yeah. I mean, we were texting every day, checking our Builder Trend app every day, looking at photos every day. So then once that all kind of just settled, it's definitely different. But then we still went through that phase of like, this doesn't feel like our house. And I think that lasted like at least, I don't know, probably like 2 weeks for me.
Yeah.
Like it felt like I didn't even want to touch things because I didn't want, like everything was so perfectly placed. It was really odd. You know, like even like using different appliances and stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like get it dirty or like mess with it, you know? Yeah, it was, I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah. I told people it felt like we were living in a parade of homes.
Yeah.
Like, the dream.
Do you miss the process? Was it something you missed?
No, I mean, it was kind of fun every day to wake up and check the app and stuff like that because you didn't know what was next. But I like being home now.
Yeah, I enjoy it though. I mean, I'm glad it's over and now we're actually in the home, but I like the process of kind of designing and building and coming up with these different unique things that we have in there. And I was telling her, I'm like, I'm already on my next idea.
You're kind of sporting a builder look. You could be a GC. I mean, you get the right truck and you could probably do this. You could pull it off.
We'll see. I've got like a family compound idea that I might want to run with in about 5 years.
Yeah,
so.
there you go. There you go. I like that idea. So from concept to execution, okay, what was maybe something that you just were like, I'm not sure on this, that when it came to life, you're like, oh, that really was something I'm glad we invested in?
Wallpaper.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
He said it.
I said it. I mean, back in the day, like wallpaper was like,
I remember.
it was cool. And then it got to the point where it was like, oh, gross wallpaper. And you gotta like peel it all off and it looks terrible and everything.
That was a huge chore.
But
he was
now,
hesitant too. He's like, what do you mean wallpaper? Like after we left Laura, he's like, I'm like, don't trust me. It's going to look good.
Now it's coming back. And like the stuff when she picked it out, I was like, man, I don't know. And she's like, when you look at it on just a plain wall, it's like so much pattern. But then, you know, when you put a bookshelf in front of it or this in front of it, you know, it changes things and it just makes every room so unique. But I definitely wasn't expecting, like, there's not one actual white wall in the house. Everything is some sort of a color or a wallpaper.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Same for you?
Probably. I'm trying to think. I think it's probably the wallpaper because I remember when we were picking it out, I was like, how is this all going to go together? But he saw firsthand how hard wallpaper was because he wallpapered our bunny room for us. And
I did.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That bunny room is something else. That is awesome.
But I remember him thinking, like looking at the bill for the wallpaper and he's like, what? And then he he had to do it himself and he was like, yeah, I get it.
Another bill item that I was like, wait, what? But also I think makes the home is curtains, like drapery and stuff.
Unbelievable, right?
I can't believe how much they cost.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But we've never like our last house.
Pillows, anything like it's like, what, pillows are $300 a piece? Like, are you serious?
It's
like
wild.
And then you see what goes into it and and it's like, okay, well, I mean, just even the freight, like
we had blinds in our last house. On like not even all the windows and then like no curtains anywhere. And so you could just see it from everywhere. And having them has been really nice.
Oh, I have one. The golf sim.
Oh, yeah.
I was so against it. I was like, for what? And then now we use it all the time.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not even just for golf. Like,
no,
just we love going in there and like watching movies on it. And,
yeah.
The kids love playing all the like multi-sport games and stuff on it. It's a super cool space.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So tell me about the bunny room real quick. I mean, that was really neat and very, very impressive.
Yeah. People always ask if it was, we built it to know that we were gonna have a bunny in there. No, it was just the storage. So I think we just had like a bunch of boxes in there and stuff. And then as soon as I talked him into a bunny, I think you said, oh, I have the perfect place for it.
Well, yeah, because I didn't want to you don't want to put it in a cage or like in the garage or anything like that. I mean, if it's going to be our pet, it's going to like be a part of the house. And so, yeah, it's a huge space. And then like we cut the door into it. We can go in and out. And I mean, the goal is he'll be like a free range bunny eventually. He's like almost potty trained, goes into like his litter box and everything, which is super cool. But yeah, we put a little bunny door at the bottom so he can run out.
Honestly, the biggest, we would have him out all the time. I'm just afraid we're going to lose him in the house.
He's matches like the exact color of everything in the house. So
we'll be like, I lost the bunny. Everyone look for him. And
well, they make very expensive fabrics. I mean, just saying.
You have to be very careful too, because they like to chew cords and stuff. So.
Have a little National Lampoon's Christmas issue with the bunny.
Yeah.
Except for they
He's
don't
been
have
pretty
9
good
lives.
though. Yeah.
He's been good.
He's a good bunny. It's been so fun. It's honestly like been such a joy. It's so silly that a little bunny can do that.
Pets are just wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's they kind of make a home. Regardless of what it is, they just really kind of make a home. What was it like to have the first mess? Like, how did that make you feel?
Awful.
Like it was like you guys are kind of walking on tiptoes, and then you have the first mess, or a kid accident, or the first gouge in the floor, or the first drywall bump. What was that like? And kind of, have you gotten used to it yet?
I've learned that with like walls, I'd rather you like color on a wall or ding a wall or something, because they're so easily repaired. Like we've been now in this build process for a while, and I watch these guys like how fast they can fix these issues. And I'm like, I could just go punch a hole in that wall. And in 10 minutes, this guy's going to come over and make it look like nothing ever happened. So that doesn't bother me as bad. What does is like the furniture, because you can't, and the rugs. I think that was the first one, was like our dog threw up on like the dining rug and it just immediately like leaves this stain. And I'm like, I got to call like the best stain remover in Nashville. So we're getting, names and everything. And those are the ones you're just like, dang it. But like with animals and kids,
first chink in the armor,
it's gonna happen. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's bound to happen. It's a really crappy feeling, but my motto is everything's cleanable.
Yeah,
everything's
almost
cleanable.
Almost.
Yeah.
Always be a little memory there.
Lori always says when she watches like my stories and stuff, she's like, I'm just so happy to see you guys actually live in this house though. Like it's not just for looks. Like we let the kids eat snacks on the couch and stuff.
Well, that was something we were intentional about telling her too. Like during the process, we're like, listen, we're gonna be living on everything. The kids are probably gonna be jumping on everything, eating on everything. Like we're it's a house to have fun, not to like sit all proper all the time.
Yeah, because how unfun would that be? Like it would not be home.
Right.
It would not be kind of sanctuary.
Yeah.
So with just moving into a new home, there's unexpected spaces like what you found under the stairs for the bunny. Where else have you kind of just found some like little surprises of spaces? Emily shared the golf sim. Like that's probably not a place you envision the family congregating in, right? But where are some other places that you've just kind of really learned to enjoy?
I think the main entry room, it's kind of funny because we walked the house and everything. We're like, oh, this is kind of like the formal entry. Always will just look nice and we'll just hang out in the other room. We even have like the toys in the other room. But then I find her sitting in the like main entry living room.
Like all four of us will be on the couch.
All the time.
This little couch.
Yeah. And like there's so much more space in the other one. Like we even said like, oh, this one's like the formal living room and that's like the family room. I'm like, why don't you like go into there? She's like, I don't know. I always just find myself in here. But so I think that's been kind of.
And then I think the outside living space is one of, especially around this time of year, it's perfect. I'll just sit out there on the couch, let the kids play. We spend a lot of time outside in the yard. Yeah,
I think that's a surprising thing too, because our last house we had regular grass, but it was always just kind of like muddy and itchy and bugs and this and that. And so we did turf in the backyard, and we'll just find ourselves going out there all the time. Just sitting
Super
on,
nice, right?
Just sitting on the grass, playing around. The kids love it. Dogs love it. It'll pour down rain, and then 5 minutes later it's dry. You know, so you can really use it year round. Once we've been out there, but we never went outside in Missouri.
Yeah,
we're out there
every day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So where do you start your day? Like if you come out and you just want some peace and quiet, what's the place in the house that you may just want some sanctuary? Is it the kitchen? Is it sitting at the island?
The main entry.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say there's peace and quiet. Our daughter's always like the first to rise, and she's like, "What's going on for the day?" But then she'll go out there and, usually that main living room, and then just the kitchen. We find ourselves spending a lot of time in there. Just a nice central open location where I'll kind of get ready for the day in there.
What would you share as advice with kind of this process? First of all, I just kind of want to go back. Do you guys remember when you started the process?
Mm-hmm.
And what year, decade that was?
Yeah, well, you were in the hospital when we first talked to Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we took the call in there.
2023.
Okay, and then you started working with Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
You looked for land. This lot you found kind of by chance. It came together.
Yep.
And so 23 and really the end of 25. So 2 full years.
Yeah.
Plus.
And I'd say even more, because really when we first started was at the Parade of Homes in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even say we started. I think we just like, this is the dream.
Yeah, like we went there, we viewed all those homes, and we're like, I even said at that, we have like a video of it. I was telling Ella, she was in like one of the girls' rooms, and I was like, all right, Ella, like 3 years, we'll be in a house like this. And so we're kind of like, that was the goal at the time. And then it, to make that a reality was really cool to see that. But after we did that Parade of Homes, I mean, I started looking for land because we knew kind of what my timeline would be getting out of the Air Force and stuff to be able to move here. And so I was, figuring out where we wanted to go, and then talking with Kelly quite a bit. So yeah, it was like a full 3-year process.
Mm-hmm.
Were there times that like patience waned? Like, did that ever become an issue where
everyone communicated very well. And timelines were established pretty early on where we would be. I think the only time was at the very beginning was like between the finishing the architecture phase to then breaking ground. That was the only like slight delay that we had. And that was just because we were just trying to get everything right on paper first. Because they're like, listen, we're going to spend all this time up front, like a lot of time. That way when we start building, there's no delay. I mean, they built the house in less than a year.
I swear they didn't ask us any questions after that, like, because everything was already figured out.
Yeah, it was done.
Nice. But where we did have patience, like, problems was when we gave Lori the keys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we wanted in pretty immediately.
Like knowing that the house was done and we had to wait was like,
but the house was actually done earlier than what
it was done
she
way
knew.
Earlier.
And so she's like, listen, the stuff isn't even going to be here yet. Like I've ordered it based on October
we knew it had to be
timeline.
done, and we had no regrets waiting. Yeah. Like there was not one part of us that wanted to just, skip that process, but it was hard. We were like, oh my gosh, we just want to be in so bad.
Did you see it?
No.
Mm-mm. So you didn't see it as kind of before Lori touched it?
No, she said, so we did our like final walk and everything, which was like before any like wallpaper or window treatments and anything like that. And she's like, all right, that's the last time you're allowed in. Because like once the wallpaper goes in, it transforms like the whole house because that's like their next step.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had walked it, and it was funny because it was so nice, and we were living just in a rental. And so we would go to the neighborhood and just like go to our backyard, but not go in the house because we had the trampoline in there and the kids wanted to jump and everything. So we would just literally be sitting in the backyard and then like not going in and viewing what they were doing in the house for like a good, like 2 weeks
hard.
probably.
That's a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You never peaked?
No.
Come on. No, really?
No, I don't think so.
No.
My mother-in-law said it perfectly. She's like, there's very few things you can be surprised on in life.
Yeah.
So let this be one of them. And I was like,
we even had like the movers brought all of our stuff in, and I had to be there to like sign off and everything. And it was funny because the guy in the moving crew were like, wait, you're not, can you just walk in and like show us where to put things? And I was like, no, I can't. I was like, but they can, because we had a few people there helping us out. And so I would literally just like sit in the garage. I was like, I'm going to get in trouble if I go inside. I was like, this can go. There's a room. Go up the stairs over there. It was kind of like directing traffic from the garage and like signing off what boxes arrived and everything. Because we didn't want to ruin the surprise. We had waited so long for it. And that's Lori's whole thing is like, she wants to do this reveal.
Well, I think that's what feeds her.
Yeah.
Like that. And it's such I can't imagine the gratification. And, it's just knowing a job well done. And then she gets to see it too. And it's like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
How many times did y'all have to move in this process, like in the entire process? So I know obviously from Missouri once, but then did you have to move any other time once you were in Nashville or were you in a long-term rental?
Yeah, we were.
We lucked out.
Yeah. We found a rental on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they let us stay there for as long as we needed.
Oh, that's
It was
awesome.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're actually friends with them now. So.
Yeah.
Oh, very
great.
cool. Have you all, I know you guys travel a good bit, but have you found it hard now traveling where you go isn't as nice as your home? Like that's like, and I shouldn't say like, oh, but that's like as you have nicer homes and nicer stuff. It used to be like when you went on vacation, be like, oh my gosh, this thing is amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, like this isn't as good as home, so this doesn't feel like. Have you guys found that to be an issue at all?
I mean, I love being at home, and I'm so comfortable at in our home. So I feel like any place I go isn't as good.
Yeah.
I love traveling. I'm like the exact
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
But I also
But-
like don't spend any time in the room when I travel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he doesn't believe in like investing in a nice hotel because he's like, you're not going to be in there. Whereas like I'm like, I would spend time in there.
I don't. I'm like, give me the cheap hotel. I'm gonna be out.
But yeah, it is. I mean, it's hard to leave. I hate leaving, but I think that's a good thing because it's
Yeah. No, I mean that's how it should
like
be.
that's why we built the house that we did because I love to be there.
So you got in September, and you guys have a great pool, right?
Yeah.
So have you been able to do much swimming? I guess.
Oh yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Have you opened it up for the season so far? It's been a little
We
cool.
kept it.
Oh, because it's
open.
heated, right?
Yeah, it's heated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, we don't ever close it down during the deep winter when I knew we weren't going to swim.
Yeah.
We just kind of maintained it above freezing because we knew no one was going to go get in there. But we could turn on the spa and get in there whenever we wanted. So we
Yeah.
did that a few times. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty common that our daughter would come from school and she's just like, I want to go swimming. We're like,
Yeah,
okay. So she just
Yeah.
hops in. You
Go
know?
hop in.
Yeah.
Kids love water. Like it's uncanny how much
Yeah,
they love
it's
water.
great.
Yeah.
I was watering our garden the other day, and both of them wanted me to spray them with a hose, and I'm like, it's like 63 out.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Yeah. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They just loved and giggled, and
Yeah.
that was fun to them. So, long process. Let's talk about the team that it took to put this together. And just, I'd really love for you all to share like what you learned and valued from having a team. So you have the interior design, you have architecture, you had the vendors, you had a great build team. But what do you know now about the process that you could share with our listeners that you learned about the importance of team?
I think you got to find a team that's willing to communicate to each other and not through you all the time, which was really nice. So Kelly was like the first person we ever talked to about, where we wanted to live. Let's find land first because she knew we wanted to do a custom build and everything. And then she's like, well, listen, these custom builders with Legend Homes, I work with them a lot. They're the best in the business. Like their communication's awesome and everything. It's like having those two together, we knew that would work out. And then bringing Lori on board, Lori had never worked with them before. But she's got a great reputation in the business and everything. And so she learned to kind of communicate with them. And they even do things quite different. Like Legend wants every bit of detail up front. And she's like, well, that's not really how I operate. Usually like you guys are building it and I'm designing it around you. But the three of them together between Kelly, Lori, and the Legend team, we're all able to kind of talk and they knew our vision from the get-go. And so they never really had to include us if they didn't want to. Like they would just make decisions sometimes and we just get like, hey, you guys good with this? And I'm like, oh yeah, glad you thought of that. Because there's so many things like they do this every day that they just would make decisions and then inform us, which was just is nice to have that. We didn't have that before with our last, we built our home in Missouri. And it was like asking me where I wanted light switches and where I wanted plugins and like all these different questions. And I'm like, listen, like you guys are the experts on this. Like, where should I have them? So having a team that just knew and did was so nice. Kind of just like takes all the pressure off of you for a custom build.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. I felt like there was no pressure. I'd never once, honestly, looking back, I don't think I ever felt stressed. Like I was just like, and then like Dylan said, having them talk to each other was so nice because when they're asking you every little question, it's like, I don't know. I've never done this before, So I liked that they would just talk to each other.
I think you do have to trust them though. Like a lot of times I would just say like, listen, like you guys are the experts. Like you just make the right decision for us,
Yeah.
And so they would. But then it takes a little bit of faith in your team, which is why you go with someone that's reputable.
I remember telling Lori, because she hadn't worked with Legend. I've worked with Legend for the better part of almost 2 decades. And I was like, they are going to hit the timeline. Like this isn't like a normal build where it's a moving date. Like they're so good with scheduling that 3 months before an install, they will reserve a week, and we will not reserve that week for almost any other builder that tells us a date. And nothing against them. But we know it's like, okay, that's not going to move. Something very unusual, like an ice storm or something out of everybody's control. But they have become so good at scheduling, which is not the norm in this industry at all. Like it's really quite, it's a moving target. So I remember telling Lori, she's like, they're saying, and I was like, it's going to be ready. Like I'm telling you, like they're not going to miss. It may be a day or two off, like 3 months out, but they're going to hit that date, and it's going to be great. And and I think it's funny because in the industry, I have a perfect example. We have a project going down in Birmingham, and we have very custom stairs being fabricated. We got a call from our fabrication mill like 2 days ago, and they were like, "Hey, what fabricates this is out of Germany, and it broke, and we're looking at a 4-week delay." And my project manager, we talked to the builder yesterday. We need these in like 4 weeks. I was like, well, you're going to have to call him back, share what happened. And he's like, no, like 10 weeks is fine. And I'm like, okay, like, it's just,
oh my gosh.
it's just like, no. And it's like, okay, so it's like your schedule is that expandable for stairs.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, like, and that would never work on like a Legend project or some of these other guys that just have it really down to a good science on it.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something that you would have done differently. What would that be?
He doesn't agree with me on this, and it's not even something that like I regret. I'm just like, oh, looking back, I think I might have put the kids on the same level as us. And the only reason I say that is my 7-year-old, like she can get a little scared, or in the morning when you first open your eyes, you're like, I gotta walk upstairs, and like, and like the kids coming down the stairs. I don't know, but it's really, if I had to find one thing, I think that's the only thing.
Okay, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I think it would have been weird just based on because of the lot, the way that the lot is, we are fully extended, like left to right on the lot, and basically front to back. We pretty much use like all the build space, and there's no way to expand first floor living. And so you would only get them on the first floor at the expense of something else being on the first floor.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was possible. I'm just saying.
Well, we're actually seeing a trend, which is weird, because my thought first went to you guys would have been upstairs. And we're seeing a trend to where there's now 2 like guest suites on the main level, and then the primary suite on the upper level with kids. So just a different way to look at it. And it's like, and again, I'm like, one level living is great, but with little kids, it's, to your point, just the laundry. You have to do the stairs regardless.
Yeah. Like
we've just started to see that trend in architecture with younger families, obviously and I'm like, oh, that does make sense. But the caveat was there's 2, do you guys have a guest suite on the main level? So it's 2 guest suites on the main level. And I'm guessing that's for, both in-laws or whatever that looks like. And then upstairs is kind of more segregated just for the family that lives
living
there. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of actually a good idea. Kind
of nice, because then I feel like the main area stays nice all the time.
Yes.
Like our guest room always looks super nice, So that could be a perk, but
yeah. So that's under. So do you have one thing that you would have done different? You would have had a rabbit room built.
Yeah. Right.
The wallpaper done.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. I think it's the way we design it is very livable, and it just works for what we do. I don't know. I can't really think
I
of
feel like the only thing you would say is like an outlet here or there, and they've come in and done that.
Yeah,
for you.
if I need an outlet, it's amazing. I'm like, man, it'd be nice if I could have a plug-in right there, and then I just text them, and they're like, yeah, we'll send someone over.
And they do it
10
like
minutes
10
later.
minutes.
They have a plug-in there.
It's amazing.
Crazy?
Yeah,
it's great.
It's impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell me about the neighborhood. You guys enjoying the neighborhood? And
it's really nice. Yeah, I mean, that was the reason that we chose that location, because there was some beautiful lots we looked at. They were, no HOA, do whatever you want, perfect, like on a hill sunrise. Like I saw one, and it had like a community like horse barn and everything. It was beautiful, and I was like, I really like this one. And she's like, I don't know, the kids can't just like get on their bikes and like ride down the street and do this and that. And so that's why we chose a neighborhood. And even like there's a lot of people that live, in Brentwood and kind of like the older neighborhoods of Brentwood that they're tearing down old homes and building new ones. And you get a nice like acre or two lot and everything. But you're kind of confined to that. And then you're on a main road. And so again, you can't just like walk to the neighbor's house or ride your golf cart or do anything. So our community has been exactly what we expected it to be. And we've met a lot of friends through there, and there's a lot of kids in the neighborhood and stuff too. So
great.
It's been fun. They just got some pickleball courts in the neighborhood.
Nice.
So that's good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's growing quite a bit too. It's going to be pretty large. There's like multiple different
phases
going on. Yeah, phases.
Yeah. No, it's a great area. You mentioned family compound in 5 years, but thinking about the house and how it's going to age, like 5, 10, like 15 years from now, how do you see the house kind of evolving?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to change anything right now.
Yeah, I have really no plans to change it.
Yeah.
And
it's built for that longevity, right?
Yeah, it really is. I feel like everything is pretty timeless in that house.
Yeah. It's definitely different than most of the homes in the neighborhood. Like most homes in the neighborhood, you walk in and it's just like this large, grand, big open living room that like ties into a kitchen kind of thing. And so I think ours is unique in the fact that like the rooms are more intentional and smaller, and so it provides different gathering spaces. And so for the right family, it'll be the right fit whenever we decide to move into the family compound or something.
Yeah.
I said that's the military in him speaking. Like,
I know.
5 years.
That's another huge trend. I see a lot of people doing that right now, where it's, get your 25 or 30 acres and have everybody together. And
well, I'm like, he can't sit still for more than 5 years, because then he's on to the next thing.
Well, I just think there's a really cool opportunity with that. If you can get the right piece of land and kind of have the best of both worlds and everything. So we'll see.
No, I think there's a plus. I keep sharing with my wife, and we're 10 years from, the kids going off to college and whatnot. But I'm like, I would really love a country setting. And then I would love just like a lock and leave condo in like Wedgwood, Houston, or somewhere in Nashville. Or that, I don't know if you saw these new, the high rises that they're building downtown, where they have the Music City tunnel. That's so like at the Paramount building, that's being built. Beautiful new building. And they've added a stop to the Music City tunnel. So you can be to Lower Broadway in 2 minutes. From elevator, so like you take an elevator down, or to the airport in 9 minutes, and it's going to be $5. And I'm like, I cannot imagine going from a cool, condo, taking an elevator down, hopping in a car, being to the airport. And I'm like, that almost to me is worth like the expense of that condo right there.
That's cool.
So there's a lot of cool opportunity for down the road. What is the kind of general sense of space adjustment? You guys, obviously, this is probably the biggest home you've ever lived in. Do you feel like you use all of the space?
The space we use probably the least would be like our son's room, because he's only, he's 2.5. So he's not like spending a ton of time in his room. He just goes in there and sleeps and everything. But outside of that, I feel like we make our way through pretty much everything. But what's nice about having all the different intentional spaces is that everything more or less has a place. And so there's less just out all the time.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
That's got to be nice for the mind. Just like the lack of clutter and storage. And how much storage space do you have, just out of curiosity?
We actually, this was props to legend on that one. As they were building, there was one large area, kind of the upstairs. How houses all have their peaks and stuff. And they're like, listen, like this isn't like really a livable space, but like we could do a door right here and have this huge attic space built in. Like, what do you think? And we just make just wooden floors in there. And we're like, yeah, go for it. And so it's been nice because you don't have to have it all in your garage or a storage unit or anything. So with that, plus just all the other spaces we haven't had any storage issues.
Yeah, I have a really good friend that's just stepping into the building process, and I was like, whatever you do, get more storage than you think. Which is kind of a sad testament to how we live, but it's like we just accumulate stuff. Like it's uncanny. And the days of like going up to an attic that's, you know, climbing these rickety ladders to get up to like a 6x6 and pulling the Christmas tree down or whatever, that's a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare. Have you had any, I'm assuming the house has a fair amount of technology between sound, AV, golf simulator, appliances. Have you had any, what was the learning curve of learning how to use all of that stuff? Because again, it's just one of those things that's a little bit different when you move into a house being built in, you know, the mid-20s.
We actually chose to kind of go simpler on the tech than a lot of other people. I forget what the name of the system is that most people put in their homes, where it's like all controlled or something, and like every switch is tied to it and all this and that. But we avoided all that. I was like, listen, that's just something that like I think it's going
light switches
break in the long run. And I was like, I can go change out a light switch for, you know, some like Alexa compatible switch or something if I want to, and that's like super easy. So the only thing that's really unique-ish, I guess, is our like whole home surround system, like the sound. But I mean, it's all compartmentalized. Like that's on an app, the pool's on an app, you know, and then the appliances are just pretty normal. So we haven't had any like huge tech issues because I tried to stay away from.
That's interesting that you that you went that route, and that's kind of, and no offense to my wonderful friends that are in integration, the two things about it is it requires maintenance, and the way that my good friends at Prodigy explain it is it's no different than like the update on your phone. So the software has to be updated. But then I had a really good builder about 10 years ago. He's like, I want my parents to be able to walk into their guest room and know how to turn on the lights. He's like, that's the last thing. Like, let's just keep it simple. And that always resonated with me because a lot of times I'll have to go into a home. And again, no, to each their own. Those things are amazing. And I really do believe they can contribute to, you know, it's a little bit of time savings and just, you know, the lighting, to Lori's point, makes a huge difference. But it's somewhat intimidating and just something else that can break. You know,
and the tech is going outdated every 5 years. And then you're talking about replacing a whole system. I was like, if I want to do the lights, I'll do the lights. And then if it goes outdated, I'll just replace the light switches with the new smart switches. And it's super easy instead of having it all wired and tied together. Because I've heard that people that have done that, you know, 5-10 years ago, they're like, oh, my whole system, I just have to do it manually now because it's all outdated.
I was talking to actually a friend yesterday that's in integration, and this is another project from 2007 where they had literally the highest quality. This is one of the most expensive homes ever built in Nashville. Highest quality smart features at that time. House sold like 10 years later, and he was called back in because they were the original provider, and none of the components were made. So they had to put in a new system. And if I told you like how much the system was, you would faint. Like it was either that or they had to literally buy time on an actual manufacturing line to have them run the components and like stop and like remake the components. And they were both astronomically expensive. Like it kind of blew me away. So that was a good move on that. What you mentioned the garage earlier. You still have stuff in it. So what is your feeling on the garage? Is that, do you have room to park the cars, or?
I mean, we have two garages, two-car garages. And so the one is fine and cleaned out and stuff. The other one, we had talked for a long time about getting some different Airbnbs, and so we were going to use all the stuff from our old home and put it in there.
Oh, smart.
And then it just hasn't been the right fit yet. And so the stuff is kind of just sitting in there. But at this point, we're either just going to donate or sell pretty much everything that's in there. So it's, I think that passion project is gone. We're too busy with other stuff now, and I found some other things that we're getting into. So
yeah. So tell me about just life in general. What do you guys have next? I mean, this was a big one, and what's going on?
What's next?
Well, we have baby number 3 on the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's
that'll
awesome.
probably be announced by the time this comes out.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And you have the space.
I know.
We
That's
do.
what I said.
Well, I don't know. I said the 2 kids' rooms match right now, so now I need a new house that I can have all 3 kids' rooms because someone's going to be left out. But
No.
we've also realized that, like I said, the whole 5-year plan. I mean, our son is almost 3. He doesn't use his room.
Yeah,
and our daughter hardly used hers when she was younger because they always want to be.
My
with us.
11-year-old still share a room.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a
I shared a room.
1979 Colonial, and my girl, and they ask me every day why, when, and I'm like, you guys really don't want to. They're like, when did you not share a room? I was like 16, and I think I was like 10. But it was like,
I shared a room until I left the house, so
yeah,
I'm like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But he's so type A. He's like, everyone has to be perfect.
well, that's amazing
Yeah.
news.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. We're
Okay.
excited. And then I don't know what else. I'm trying to talk him into another bunny, but
No, we're not getting another bunny. That's where I draw the line. Every time I say no, I end up getting trumped by it.
Yeah,
We end up getting it, but
You're getting
Yeah.
another bunny.
yeah,
no more bunnies though. No, we're staying super busy though.
yeah, lots of
Especially like with
travel
being
and-
here, there's just so much opportunity and events to go to and everything. And we're
Yeah.
doing a lot of travel, doing a lot of like brand partnership stuff that we've enjoyed. And it's been
Like
fun.
I said, we're gonna homeschool Ella, so we're excited. She's gonna do a co-op, so she'll still go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be exciting to see how our lives change with that, and like being able to just do what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited for you guys. This is wonderful. It's been a great journey. Now it's time for rapid fire. So I'll start with you, Emily. One skill you'd love to learn.
I would love to learn to play the guitar.
Ah,
I could do it in high school,
yeah.
but I lost the skill, so I'd like it back.
Yeah. Dylan, one skill you'd love to learn.
And now that we're talking about all the building, I would love to be able to be one of those guys that you could just call and be like, I need an outlet, or I need a light switch, or I need,
Handyman.
like, they just, I think you just have to have all the right tools and stuff too. And I don't have any of that, but I don't know. It just amazes me how
It's
quick
the
they
Indian,
can do those
not the
things.
arrow, my friend. Okay, back to you, Emily. The most underrated skill in construction.
Communication.
Ah,
Oh, I was literally about to say like that same thing because I think that was the one thing that set this build apart from like what we've done before. We never had to ask anything. It was always like pictures and text messages.
you're
like,
just being
constantly.
fed information.
Yeah, and it takes no time at all to snap a picture. Be like,
Yeah.
we installed this today. It takes 30
It's like
seconds.
And the dirty little secret behind that is it's really better for the builder. So like as wonderful as that is for you, it you're in the military, it allows them to maintain the high ground.
Yeah.
We naturally assume, and in this business, I've been doing it a long time. When do people visit homes? Well, when we're not working. So they go after work or on the weekend. So you can either feed information or you can get texts at 9 p.m. at night or at 3 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Like it's completely up to you. And the smart builders feed that information and make it accessible. And it just works so well for everybody involved. It just keeps people happy.
They keep an extremely clean job site too.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, because we would, like I said, we'd go in, when no one was working and stuff, and it was always just very clean. Like you could tell what they were doing next. It was so organized.
Well, and it probably also gave you a sense of respect.
Yeah.
And like that is, man, I'll tell you, been doing this a long time. You walk onto a dirty job site and it tells you everything you need to know. Like it tells me everything I need to know about how this project is going to go from scheduling to getting paid. Like it's just one of those little things that, you see it. Okay. One word that defines good leadership. Emily, I'll start with you.
One word.
Probably communication again.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't want to, you said one word, but communication, just being able to feel like anyone can talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
I feel like is priceless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say like an example, like being an example of someone that you want to be.
Okay.
So I guess examples of the word, which is kind of weird, would be.
So kind of the golden rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
I know it's hard to tie that into one word, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Fauvers, amazing. That's it. This is what the long game looks like. It's not just the build. It's not just the design. It's what happens after, when the house starts to hold real life, when it stops being an idea and becomes part of your story. What you've created here isn't just a project. It's something that will evolve with you, something that will change over time, and something that, if done right, only gets better. Thank you for letting us be part of this journey. It's been wonderful having you all. To our listeners, if you're following along, this is the final chapter in the series with the Fauvers. And if you're just joining us, go back and listen to their custom build story from the beginning, because every home has a story, and this is what it looks like when it's told all the way through. Next week on Couture Construction, we continue season 12 by shifting perspectives once again, diving deeper into the people and processes that shape the built environment from the inside out. Thanks for listening. This episode was produced by Cast Collective and Chelsea Rand. Until next time, keep cultivating creativity.